If you're sure that it's what you want to do, then you don't wait for the universe to give it to you, because the universe doesn't even know you want it yet because it hasn't seen you do shit. The universe isn't acting on you, it's responding to you. So you need to tell it what you want in a way that it can understand, which is through primarily behavior. That's how you reshape your reality or manifest a new reality, is like you get really clear on what you want and you genuinely want it, meaning there's emotional fuel behind it, and you start moving at it with as much intent, that is to say, like actual, not just like psychological intent, but literally like, this is fucking happening. I'm sitting down every single day and I'm going through the process and making it happen. And then the world begins to respond to you. That's how you manifest. So it can't be I'm sitting around Michael Singering myself until the Tao just like magically sends my soulmate to knock on my window, or like someone shows up and cold calls me and tells me exactly, oh, you're destined to build an OnlyFans management company. It's not that. You have to like actually decide this is fucking happening. If you had a gun to your head and the person was like, okay, get enlightened as quickly as possible. You have 6 months to become enlightened, fully enlightened. What would you do? They're like, I'm showing up at your door, bro. If you don't show me some non-dual reality, you're getting capped. 6 months. What do? You would sit your ass down and you would meditate every single moment of every single day, like the Buddha under the tree. I will not get up till this is done. No matter what. And if that level of intent is applied to anything, it's pretty fucking likely that you get that thing. It's pretty fucking likely. Like the world responds really fast if it's that level of intent. Where when I started EGT, I mean, as pretty much as soon as this is not life advice. This is looking back on it, highly irresponsible. So take this however you want to take it. I can't be held liable for results with this method. But like to illustrate the point, when I first started EGT, I realized that it could be done. It wasn't even a popular thing to do. Starting an online business was like, I didn't even know they existed back then. It's like 2009. And so one day in my dorm room, I realized, oh my God, there's like this thing called digital product, like online courses. You can do that. And I was getting pretty good grades in university at that point. I was getting like 80s and studying every day and going to class and blah, blah, blah. I essentially, from that point on, just stopped going to class and did nothing but learn digital marketing for the next 9 months until Prolific Shooting launched and we made like 80 grand in 3 days. And suddenly we have a business and it's off to the races. Essentially nothing else. I had a few different ideas and I just kept unpacking, just like saturating my mind with online marketing stuff, digital business, online marketing stuff. I spent thousands of dollars on like credit cards that I didn't have, just buying courses. Yeah, man. It was like insatiable, nonstop all the time. I bought this huge whiteboard. Y'all saw that in the EGT videos, the old EGT VIP videos. I had that big ass whiteboard that like practically filled my wall and it was just covered in shit. It was an obsession. And one thing leads to another and it unfolds. The universe responds to that. That's the level of, it cannot be passive, go with the flow, wait for it to happen. It has to be like you plant your fucking flag in the ground. This is what I'm doing. And you start climbing the mountain and guides arrive along the way. And they show you, oh, actually this route up the mountain is safer. There's more treasure over here. Go this way. And you're like, oh, okay. And you iterate and you course correct. But that's the way. You can't sit at the base in the parking lot, chilling with everyone else that's like having a party down there in the parking lot, waiting like, oh, I wonder when, this magic carpet's gonna take me up the mountain. Please, universe, give me the magic carpet. That shit ain't gonna happen, bro. You got to put one foot in front of the other and climb that bitch. You got to climb it. And as you climb, you will find the way forwards. That's the trick. But you can't know what the way up the mountain is from the parking lot. You got to get 100 feet up and then find this little fork in the road and decide and make your way. And that's the way it happens. And it's the only way it happens, as far as I know. As far as I know. I read this incredible biography and watched a documentary on it as well by a rock climber named Tommy Caldwell. Tommy Caldwell is thought to be like a top 3 big wall rock climber in history, largely because he pioneered the single hardest climb in human history, the mountain El Capitan in Yosemite. There's a portion of that wall they call the dawn wall because it's the first part of the rock face that the sun hits in the morning and illuminates. That side of the wall was considered forever completely unclimbable because it's almost completely smooth. It's people didn't even think about climbing it. And so Tommy Caldwell ends up, it was from a divorce actually. He didn't know what else to do with himself. He was just in like depression and needed a project to throw himself into. So he starts thinking about the dawn wall. This motherfucker goes up on the dawn wall, this 3,000 foot big wall climb for 7 years, piecing together foot by foot all of the tiny microscopic fluctuations in the rock that could become holds, footholds, handholds, and pieces together foot by foot a route that could be climbed up this 3,000 foot wall. It takes him 7 years. It's like a math puzzle. He has no idea if it can be done. Nobody thinks it can be done. Everyone, like his family's begging him to stop. And he goes out there day after day after day after day after day, year after year, piecing together bit by bit by bit the route up this wall. And at like year 4, he finally thought like, oh, maybe it can be done. And he tries it and fails. Comes back the next year, keeps on working it. Next year, tries again, fails again. And finally on year 7, he does it. And he pushes this thing and it takes 19 days to get up the wall. And it's the single greatest accomplishment in rock climbing history. And it started out with total impossibility in the collective like rock climbing consciousness. They were like, can't be done. Nobody even thought about it. And so up until the point that he did it, he didn't know if it could be done. Even when he was up on the wall during those 19 days, he in the biography, he's like, I don't know if we're going to make it. I don't know if this was all a waste of time. Total waste of time. Like, 7 years of his life just cooked. But he just went for it. And that's business. That's the journey. And that's what it looks like for everyone. And we don't understand that because we're full of all this weird Disney show programming. Like, you try your best and it always works out, or you're a good little boy and you go to heaven. It's psychological sedation. Taking a sedative to make yourself feel better about reality. But the reality is it's a lot more exciting and way more fun and way more badass than all of that. It's a way cooler adventure because none of that Disney shit is true. It's a way cooler adventure because it's uncertain and you have to fucking take a shot and find out. That's way cooler to me. And then when it happens, it's actually special. It actually means something. It's like if you're guaranteed a ticket, if you could make every single shot you took, how would you still play basketball, Pavel, if you automatically made every shot you took? It's like having God mode turned on in a video game where like you kill every monster instantly or whatever. It's like, why would you play that? That's stupid. So it's always uncertain. You just take the shot and you test yourself and you find out.